Yasu Malaka. New report finds Canada's richest billionaires have more wealth than the GDP of some countries. Thank you, OnlyFans. Welcome to the Malaka Podcast. Computer Love, Part 82.
Did you recently go out on a date with a guy named Evan?
Oh, I did.
Yep.
You okay? Did he die?
No, he didn't. Are you hoping that he did?
No. This is just like super weird.
You're the Chrissy that I'm looking for. You definitely are. You went out on a date with a guy named Evan, and Evan is a listener to our show.
Okay.
All right. And after your date with Evan, he emailed us, and he wanted to see if we could get you on the phone to talk about something.
Okay. Why did Evan just call me?
I'm not sure. Maybe he felt like this would be a conversation better for you and I to have.
All right. That sounds pretty dumb, but whatever.
Evan told us about your date.
Yeah?
And he talked about how you guys went out to a Greek restaurant.
Yeah, it was delicious.
He said he really enjoyed it. He thought you were really cool.
Cool.
Okay, but he did say there was one problem. Apparently, you ordered a bunch of food.
Yeah, what's the problem?
Well, the problem is the food that you ordered, I guess, was to take home to your kids.
Yeah, Paisley, Brian, and Jack. So what is the problem?
He feels like you sort of wronged him in making him pay for the entire bill, basically buying food for your family.
Are you kidding me right now?
No.
It's a joke, right?
No, I'm not. Not at all. He emailed
Are you
us.
serious?
Yeah, and he said he wanted us to call you today to ask you to pay him back for the money that he spent on the extra food.
What?
Yep.
Who wants to deprive children of food? What the hell is wrong with me?
Yeah, but he feels like he was on a date with you, so he didn't have a problem buying your meal. It was just when you ordered.
And it's myself and Paisley and Brian and Jack. Like, that's the deal.
But you gotta understand, he didn't even know you had kids going into this date.
Look, if someone's gonna take me out, they have to accept me for who I am, and I am a mother, first and foremost. So, I don't really understand what the problem is.
Really? You don't understand what the problem is? Oh, holy fuck. All right, where do I begin with this one? Well, first of all, let's begin with the obvious. Yes, Greek food is delicious. It's just, is it by chance that, I picked this one because it's not really a Greek podcast. I just like calling it the Malaka Podcast because, fuck it. But, Greek food is delicious. So we all agree on that, right? Okay, and that's pretty much the only thing that I think most sane people would agree with, with this woman. And again, I don't want to sound sexist here. So, if a guy pulls this shit too, okay, it's wrong as well. But if anybody goes on a date, okay, now it seems like it was probably an online date because this guy didn't seem to know pretty much anything about this woman, okay? Maybe he found her very hot and he figured, fuck it, this is my lucky day. He didn't know he was going to be stuck with paying for the whole family. It really does amaze me. I mean, like, people will just go on dates now just for the free meals. I mean, this is how bad online dating is. I mean, forget the scams, forget all the shit that comes with it, but like, this is what it's come to. And she sees nothing wrong with it. Like, and she's playing the mother card. She's going, well, if you're going to date me, you have to respect I'm a mother. And ladies and gentlemen, I do respect single mothers out there and even single fathers, everybody that has to raise a kid on their own, no matter the circumstances. But at the same time, that doesn't mean on the first date, I'm paying for the whole fucking family. You want me to pay for the dog food too? I mean, like, this is fucking crazy. But this is how entitled people are these days. And this is how insane online dating can be. So, again, and this is just, I've seen tons of these stories online. I mean, there's even a story where something about a guy who went on a date and he ordered all these oysters and shit, which, again, guess what he was expecting, but I guess he wasn't because, I think he just ran off and left the woman with the check there. So, I mean, here's my question. First of all, we all know oysters make you horny for some reason. What's the point of, eating all those oysters, but there's no release after? You know what I'm saying? I mean, like maybe, maybe he had like a better date afterwards and, he knew he had to pay, so he wanted to get all horned up. He couldn't afford Viagra. Maybe it makes his heart explode. I don't know. But the point is, this is fucking insane. If you go on a date nowadays, okay, I get it. If you're the guy, more than likely, you're probably going to pay. Let's just be honest. I'm just, but if you expect me to pay for, the whole fucking Brady Bunch, it's not going to happen. Okay, so shame on this woman and shame on anybody, man, woman, it doesn't matter. Okay, just wanted to get that out there. Beautiful intro as always. But for my 4 fans listening, thank you so much. But if you'd like to support this beautiful channel that is the Malaka Podcast, even I don't know, like you don't have to send me money, but like but if I ever end up in a situation like this, knowing my luck, I will. I'll probably have to pay for everybody's fucking meal. But the point is, okay, you go on YouTube, put in at the Malaka Podcast 416 and subscribe. And if you like TikTok videos, if you like watching 1, maybe even 2 hours of pointless videos while you're laying in bed on your pillow, wondering why, and then you wonder like why you wake up the next day with your eyes dried, because you're basically shining a flashlight in your face for 2 hours before you go to bed. Go to at the Malaka Podcast 647, or if TikTok decides to close my channel for the 3rd time, which who knows? I mean, a lot of these videos I put up, you get warnings and shit. It's nothing bad. It's just because of licensing, blah, 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 blah. I mean, most of these movies you never even heard of. If anything, I'm helping these movies for free. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Just, support a brother. That's all. But ladies and gentlemen, like many things on this channel, I like to talk about certain things. But, of course, I talk about online dating and, stories or profiles or whatever that I come across. So, let's begin, shall we? Why not? It's minus 25 outside. Tomorrow will be minus 30. I'm this is, you can't do shit in this weather. We've been snowed in. Our mayor doesn't give 2 flying fucks. The sidewalks, it's like Alaska out there. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay? Nobody's going to go out and get Greek food. It doesn't, So, at least we save a few bucks there on our baby mamas, and that's it. So, here we go. So this is a good one, okay? This isn't a story that happened to me, actually. It's I talked to a woman online here, and she told me, this is just a great story. I just have to share this. She said she went on a date with a guy. I think they were talking for, a little while, whatever. And she said that, and I really do believe this is true, because as soon as she said that the guy's Italian, which again this is not helping the stereotype at all. Listen, I talked about the Greek restaurants before and how expensive that could be. And now I'm grouping my other half, the Italian, in this. So this is just not a good look for my ethnicities. But the guy brought his mother on the date. Okay, I'm gonna repeat that again. She went on a date with a guy, an Italian guy, and he brought his mother on the date. Now, this isn't like a back in the day date where, maybe they need a chaperone or something and they're very wealthy and they don't trust their kids together, This guy, I believe, was in his 40s. He might have been even over 50. I'm not sure, but even let's just assume he's 40. It's still extremely sad. So this is what she told me. She said, so I've known this guy for a while, through church, and we went on, we went to school together. There's again, I'm trying not to judge people that go to church. I get it. I have not seen a church since when was Y2K? It was a yeah, uh, but you know, some at some point in life, all I'm saying is, fine. You want to be religious, cool. You have to cut the cord, and a lot of let's just say regular, yet people that I think everything in the Bible is true. You know, tend to be mama's boys a little bit. Maybe afraid to move out, and and even as I'm saying this, I'm thinking not so much Italian, which is true. It's a lot of Italian people do not want to move out of their house. Or for the most part, bungalows. Um, it looks bad on everybody, and I'm sure, now a lot of people will say, oh, I'm still recovering from COVID. That's a bullshit excuse. I mean, you were screwed in 2015. Okay, 5 years later, it's not going to make a difference. You know what I mean? So let's just be honest with ourselves. And yeah, I'm still thinking of the whole Full House. Jesse living in the attic while he's married and he has kids. That's a Greek stereotype. I mean, say what you want about Full House, but they fucking nailed that one. But the point is, you gotta let go. That's all I'm saying. But anyways, she said he asked if I'd like to go out for dinner. She said sure. Uh, she's always had a thing for Italians. So again, I understand that. Of course, I understand that. I'm half Italian. We have a, certain machismo. We don't give a shit. We're good cooks. The only thing is, like, we don't have a place to live until certain people die in the family, and then by some miracle, the house gets divvied up, and we're still living in certain sections, and it's just love making can be very awkward if the whole family's listening at like at midnight in the basement. But anyways, and she said, okay, I'm she's waiting in the restaurant. She came first. Come on, guys, get your head out of the gutter. Anyways, and then he walked in with his mom. And I mean, she knew his mom from before. She didn't think that she was gonna get to know her more, this day. But she's like, "Hi, Mrs. Whoever," and then she starts talking away and such, and at the same time, she must be really shocked, and she is just looking at this dude. He acts like this is normal. He just includes her in everything, and she found it very awkward, like most people would. Oh my God. Would I rather pay for an entire Greek dinner, which could get really expensive, by the way? I mean, it does come with free pita bread all the time. All the time. The tzatziki's always a couple dollars extra. But, or would I rather go out with a woman who brings, well, she brought her mom, and that, and if, I mean, they always say with, like, if you want to know how the woman will look like in the future, look at the mom, and, I mean, that could, no, that'd be weird still. She brings the dad. I mean, yeah, that's fucking, That's just weird, man. But the point is, I think both situations are pretty fucked up. But anyways, and then she went to the bathroom, and the mother followed her into the bathroom, you know, and she asked the mother, like, what are you doing here? And she said, well, he wanted me to, come and chaperone, and, she's like, no, wow, but yeah, they've been friendly for a while, the whole, guy and mother, and, they, first of all, to follow someone in the bathroom is just wrong. You know what I mean? And again, for some reason, that scene in remember the Cable Guy? Where Jim Carrey beats up Owen Wilson. And if you've seen any of Wilson's movies other than Bottle Rocket, I mean, he pretty much deserves it. But Wedding Crashers was cool, I guess. But yeah, that was funny. But I mean, not because it's more for Vince Vaughn. But the point is, this whole situation was just very, very creepy. I mean, but this is what, people have to put up with, through, just dating in general. I mean, and again, I bring up this story, like, it may not be an online dating story. I mean, maybe, maybe we eventually would have crossed paths or whatever, who knows, but I mean, the point is, like, non-online dating is not any better, folks. It's just not, it's just, I mean, the story was just too good to not say, but my God, it's, maybe he's gay and he didn't, he doesn't, and maybe the church doesn't accept that, and he's trying to prove to his, the very, very psycho themed movie mother here. It just it raises a lot of red flags, ladies and gentlemen. And I just want to say this, and this should be pretty obvious at this point, but if you go on a date with someone in 2026, you might want to just go solo. Prove to the world that you can do it on your own, especially in your 40s. And if you're European and if you're Italian, it would be nice to say, hey, I can do this by myself. I don't need my mother or my father or, even Jesus popping up. Jesus is a good guy. Jesus is just all right with me. But, I don't need him being a third wheel. He doesn't want to be there either. I'm sure he's got other shit to do and, have parties with Biggie and Tupac and, just do it on your own, folks. That's all. That's all. And again, if you're going to even go on a date, like, don't follow people. Well, that was the mother's fault, following people in the bathroom. That's creepy. That is weird. It is weird. I mean, actually, I think I mentioned this before. I had a date at work once, and yeah, we kind of fooled around in the change room there, but that's different. That's different. That was, we're both adults. We know what we were doing, but my God, man, just you're making, all of us look bad here. So please just, do what you got to do on your own. And, if she doesn't like you, that's cool, man. It's, not I mean, after this shit, you can't blame her, but, just take a chance on your own. Grow up. That's all. I mean, when was the last time I went to church? I don't know. I'm trying to, it was winter. It was cold. It was, I don't know. I mean, just, leave, God out of your date. And again, just do it solo. do what you got to do in life, but just, grow up, do it on your own, huh? Okay. Holy shit. Now, one profile I came across here, and I find this, it's refreshing in the sense it's very honest, but at the same time, it's not, and it just, I don't know, it kind of makes me sad a little bit. But anyways, let me just read it. So, she said, what can I say to make myself sound different from all the rest? I've been asking myself this question for 43 years. Anyways, I can't, LOL. Makes two of us. And then she, says face 4 out of 10. Body solid 3 out of 10. Personality, I think I'm pretty damn okay-ish. LOL. So let me just stop there for a second. I mean, first of all, I thought she was very cute. So, I don't know, but you know what I mean? Like it's sad that people have. I mean, maybe she's saying this as a joke, but maybe deep down, like maybe she feels like this, and I don't know. Maybe she's like gone through a lot of shit, and like maybe this is how she really thinks, and it's just sad, man. I mean, it really is. I mean, like there's that one show there with I don't know, the two guys online there. They interview a bunch of girls. I forgot what it's called. I don't know. I don't know. The one guy's smoking like a chimney, and he's like really angry at women, and then the other guy, I don't know. I don't know. I'm pretty sure deep down he's gay, allegedly. And I don't know, they're both just really angry at women, and you can tell it's a kind of a playground for them to, belittle women and shit, and But then again, if you can't name 3 countries, I mean, that's if you're a man or a woman, that is, unless you're the age of 3, it's not good. But the point is, I mean, people should think better of themselves regardless. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe she's just having fun here, but it's sad to see this. That's all. But she said long divorced over 15 years, no baggage except a couple. Okay, 3, LOL. Okay, so maybe she's got a good sense of humor about everything. Maybe maybe she's fucked, but she's not really that fucked. But she's having fun that she's fucked. You know what I mean? Fuck. Furry carry-ons, no children, no crazy exes, no worries, smiley face. Going with the flow here. Want to chat? Cool. Want to text? Cool. Want to hang out? Also cool. Want to fall madly in love? It'll probably be with someone else. Kind of like a face like, huh? I don't know what that's called. LOL. I like to chat, so feel free to say hi. Smiley face. There you go. So, I don't know. I mean, like I said, you have to rate yourself. Who cares? I mean, all I can say is this. Like, go on Google right now, folks. Okay, look up Nikki Cox and Bobcat Goldthwait. Okay. You're going to see those two together. Like at one point, these two people were engaged to each other. Okay, this is based, and I like Bobcat Goldthwait. Don't get me wrong; he's a funny guy. He's a guy that talks like this, whatever. It wasn't the best impression, but whatever. But the point is, it's basically like the real life equivalent of seeing, Jessica Rabbit with. Roger Rabbit. Like that's the best comparison I could see. Trust me, Google it. I'll whatever. Pause this beautiful podcast and do what you gotta do. But the point is, I don't know. I just feel bad for her because I feel like she's like belittling herself, and I don't know, for no reason. I mean, maybe she's having a good joke about it, whatever. But I don't know. I just feel bad. That's all. But she seems pretty cool. So I don't. I don't know. Who knows? All I'm saying is, folks, you don't have to talk this bad about yourself. That's all, Because in print, it looks like, you've been through some shit. And, I mean, we all have, I'm still worried about all these like future Greek dinners like this, world is going to cost me, once the weather warms up. But the point is, if she's having fun, cool, but I hope deep down she doesn't think like that. And I hope other people out there don't think like that as well. So that's all. I'm trying. Oh, this is Greek, Italian. It's I don't know, a lot of strikes against my people so far. But anyways, just one profile I came across. Let's see if this will be the last one, because I don't know, oof. I mean, my ethnicities are, taking some shots here. But anyways, she said, I hate small talk. I want to talk about atoms. I mean, oh, there's more. Okay. Death, aliens, sex, magic, intellect, the meaning of life, faraway galaxies, the lies you've told, your flaws, your favorite senses, your childhood, what keeps you up at night, your insecurity, and fears. I like people with depth, who speak with emotion from a twisted mind. I don't want to know what's up. Then she put someone's name here. I don't know if the person's name is Bree Agha Young. I don't know if I said that right, but and it says the whole quote that I just said. So again, ladies and gentlemen, talk about no ideas original, huh? Yeah. So this isn't even what she said. I don't know if this is a fake profile. I don't know if she's quoting this person. I have no idea. But who cares? Then it says the last pick is of who I really am at my best, and I'm looking for someone who likes working out with me. Well, I'm out. Okay, so there's one picture here. I mean, she looks really good here. And then there's another picture. I want this as a costume. So she puts like the cartoon horns on her. One eye is blacked out. The picture's faded. I'm sensing kind of a heaven and hell kind of vibe, maybe. So, this is, your way of telling someone that I'm fucked up, but, you gotta take me for who I am. And, look, I don't know if I gotta pay for her Greek food too, but the point is, if you could just try to, it sounds cheesy. I know what I'm about to say, but if you could actually speak from the heart in some of these profiles, just, like even just tell people what you're about, like in some sentences, and, try to make it not look like fucked up, that you could turn into potentially, Harley Quinn, just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just old school and I just believe in, being yourself and, all that shit. And that's it. You don't have to scare people right away, but then again, if this is who you are and you're happy with it, and, you want people to know right away, you could be a problem, I could be telling my story one day on Law and Crime. I don't know. I mean, would I rather tell my story on Law and Crime, or would I rather get a dinner bill for $150? These are the questions, ladies and gentlemen. But unfortunately, I don't have all the answers. But maybe one day I will. Not today. But once again, this has been a Greek, beautiful Italian episode of Computer Love, part 82.
Name 3 countries besides the USA.
Wait, Canada, right? Right?
Mhm.
Canada is Africa one?
That's a continent.
Wait,
Stay in school, girl. Don't drop out.
guys.